Mass migration, I think you can read that. Mass migration, my dream. Right? In a survey published over the weekend, this being the 29th of May 2023, I think that's the date, it's Monday morning anyway, on a survey published, 4 out of 5 people, according to one report I got, and another at 70%, but it's roughly 70+% of the Irish people feel that the migration thing has gone out of hand and that the government policy is wrong. Now, among those will be those who feel slightly about it, who feel a lot about it, or who feel enough. But there is definitely a situation now where the public are beginning to cop on to the lies and deceit and evil that's been perpetrated on them by the people to whom they voted for. Right? I had a judicial review against an environmental matter last year, and it was above trying to get the judge to give me a leave with a great deal of difficulty in the middle of the COVID, and I was inundated every side of me with migrants, all planning to be here, all demanding to be left here, who had appeals going through the courts, blocking up our whole courts. Okay, now, so my local environment and the environment of Ireland and the offshore protection and campaign that I'm now embarking on is all secondary, or at least equal to, the rights of somebody from Timbuktu coming here for free dole, free medical, and the things that we voted for that we don't get, that they get, and free housing in addition. I have always said there would have a case to be made for a certain amount of compassion. I drew the attention to Asi Bibi, a Christian woman from Pakistan who was sentenced to death, and the Irish government refused to let her in. I have made the point that in a war situation, particularly maybe in Europe, that men who just do not want to fight and feel that they don't want to get involved in this, maybe some temporary arrangement could be made, but only temporary, because during the Second World War, there were people fled here and allowed in here, not many, to escape the war, right? Other people don't agree with me on that, and that's up us all. It's all only a small number in any event. What we actually have is thousands and thousands of Ukrainians and women, children, men, all that, all landed in here without any consent, and they're coming from all over Africa, all over Asia, all over everywhere. Anywhere there's a bit of dispute, they land here, and Ireland is the place. Ireland of the welcomes is the place, and this is what's being pushed. Now, my dream is this. I would dream that the people, according to a poll published at this weekend as well, a Red Sea poll, shows Sinn Fein storming away with something like maybe 35% of the vote, Fine Gael on 20%, Fianna Fáil on 15%, and the rest then straggling, and independents, many of whom are against this, the rural TDs, are only on 11%. How come they're only on 11%? Wouldn't you think that those who are fighting this and fighting the other evil that's going on, and all of this indoctrinating of kids, and to see teachers in jail, wouldn't you think there'd be a flood of people? You'd think it'd rise up to 30% of people who reject it. How can 70% of the Irish population oppose the migration situation and still go out and vote for the people who are doing it? Answer me that. Answer me that. They'll still go out. 1 in 5 of the people who go into the ballot box next time will vote Fine Gael for Varouka, Leo Varouka. 1 in 15% will vote Fianna Fáil. 35 or 6% will vote Sinn Féin. Their man in Belfast, Kevin McCartney, craves this, and they admit openly they crave this. And they're going to vote for them. Ryan, you wouldn't expect anything else. You wouldn't expect anything from people before profit. And funny enough, on the environment, they're about the only crowd that will listen to anything. Now, there are still 11%, 1/10, 1 in 10 people will vote against this rascality. But that's very small. That's very small. Now, my dream is this, and I have a lot of friends and neighbours who are supporters of this. I pray that the government will put them to hell out of their houses. The old ones up in Dunleary. I always voted for Fine Gael. Francis Fisher. I always voted for her. I always voted for Peter Barry and all of these crowds, and Charlie Flanagan and Brian Cowan. I always vote for all these fellas. That just may be put to hell out of your houses. Or at least made share it with migrants. By law. Because that's the next logical step. Also, you may have sons or daughters want to partake in sport, and if you have a daughter likes to swim, she'll be swimming against a big hulk of a man that says he's a woman. The devil minions. Yous answer to your kids for it. Yous are doing it. You're going in and you're voting for these creeps. That's the reality. And you're going to do it again. May God bring it down on yous. You deserve nothing else. And you're Sinn Fein. Oh, I'm going for something new. Oh, I'm changing. Oh, we get United Ireland. We'll be strangers in our own land. Britain's already gone down that road. They managed to buck the people's vote on Brexit. It's mass migration. They're trying to get back into the EU. Here we are in Ireland, and we're doing the same. It's as many and no control, no assessment to see can they contribute. Most of them are unskilled, illiterate. All they want is a packet of cigarettes on a car and a place to lie down. And they are not persecuted in their own country. They're just a bit poor. In the plantation times in Ulster, the Irish people were put out of their houses, and it's in the records. They were down in the bogs looking up at their own houses being taken off them and being used. And they were innocent. They didn't agree with any of this, didn't vote for any of this. But here we have this happening by our own people in the ballot box. They go in and they get the pencil and they lick it. I go, how are you, Johnny? How are you, Maya? And they lick it. What's your name there? I'm Jack, something or other. I better not name names. And we rub them out there. Well, you know, I don't like what's going on, you know. But still, I'm a greyhound feeder farmer. And in this case, the pencil didn't write. Maybe there's a signal in that. I'm a greyhound feeder farmer, man. They'll go down then. And they'll come out and they'll give guff. And when you go in, if you go in to vote, as I'd be voting for somebody who'd be non-political or against the whole thing, they'll come out and say to you, laugh at you, and try and say to you, right, actually you're only talking through your heart. The devil rub it up them. I suggest to the Minister for Housing, put them out. Put the hooers out. Take them in their lovely houses in Dunleary, in Bray, in Kildare, in Meath, in Cork, down where Coveney is. They're voting for that idiot Simon Coveney. They have Timmy Dooley, a senator. Simon Harris. Please, Simon, put their voters to hell out. And do you know something? The more you put them out of their homes, the more you take their cars off them, the more they'll vote for you. That's proven. There's a hard core of votes there, and the only way you'll ever get them out, the only way you'll get them to stop this, is when their name appears on RIP or IP.ie. And very often I look at it and I say, there's an old Fine Gael vote gone. Oh, there's a Fine Gael gone. The problem is the youngsters are nearly as bad. Put them to hell out of their lovely homes on the coastline up along Dublin South and all around. Put them out and put the migrants, the Africans, the Pakistanis, the Chinese, the whole lot, put them in. And if you have to give them an old room down the side, fair enough. They won't fight you. All you have to do is say it's woke. Oh, we have to be welcoming. Oh, we're welcoming. We went all abroad. We got all we wanted for nothing, which is a complete lie. And tell them that. Put it on RTE. get the RTE crowd to bawl on about it, and tell them also these people are fleeing climate change. Oh, they're fleeing climate change. And give them the vote. And they'll vote for you. They'll vote for Fine Gael Labour and Sinn Fein. They'll vote for woke parties because you brought them in. So you don't have to worry about the existing Irish Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, Sinn Fein and all the others, Labour. They'll vote for you anyway. So why not bring in millions of them and put them in, and you'll never be put out of power. And you'll have Ryan Taoiseach before too long. And the farmers are as bad. The farmers are as bad. That's my dream. That is my dream. We asked this. I asked this. From the good Lord. From God. Whatever God. Muslim God, Jewish God, doesn't matter. Bring it on them. Give it to them. That's what they deserve. That's what they deserve. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and we'll see you back for something else. Bye bye.